Da 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 da. See, I should always just do it once and then it's fine. Light emitting diodes. Festive. Well, they just didn't have one in your size, mate. Hey there, ho ho hopheads, and welcome to the shed. I'm Even Star, and it is Christmas in July! Hooray! Because I was rooting around in my, you know, craft beer space, which is a deep, dark hole under the, you know, kitchen sink. Keeps it away from the light, you know. It's cool under there. And I found a beer that I bought around Christmas time, and the date on it was the 30th of June 2019. Now, I am not one for storing or cellaring beer because microbrew, craft beer, nanobrew, whatever you want to call it, doesn't keep the best, right? It's meant to be drunk. Beer doesn't age like wine does. It doesn't really improve after 3 or 4 years, you know, under your sink. So it's Christmas in July. We're celebrating by cracking open this beer, an Essex craft brewery. I live in Essex. I love the county of Essex in the UK, and it is absolutely chock full of craft breweries. We are spoiled for choice here in Essex for craft beer, and this is a brewery called Keppels from Stanbridge in Essex, and the beer I have for you today is Christmas Crow. And the Crow, you might think that's just sort of an odd name for a beer, but the Crow is Keppels' totem or mascot, if you will, and most of their beers, and I've had many of their beers on pump draft down at our local. Most of their beers have a crow in the name somewhere, so I'm very excited to be trying this lovely Christmas beer. So I'm just going to take a look and see if there's anything about... Oh, 6... Oh, we shall be making merry at 6%! Ooh, very exciting. It's a good thing it's Friday afternoon. So, without further ado, let's crack it open. And Merry Christmas! You think you'd be used to it by now? I mean, you complain when I have cans in and you don't get to do it. So, let's pour this beer. Ooh, it's a dark beer. I don't know why I expected it to be a light beer, but being Christmas, of course, very traditional to have darker beers at that time of year. Although I'm quite fond of breaking with tradition and having the odd gold beer at Christmas time. So there we go. That's a well-poured pint, I'd have to say. Perfect amount of head. So I'm getting a scent off the beer at the moment. It smells like sort of quite sweet and chocolatey, so that should be interesting. I'm not a big fan of sweet beers, but sometimes they'll have a really nice bitter edge, like a nice, you know, dark bitter chocolate edge to it. So let's have a go, shall we? It smells chocolatey, smells fruity, kind of what I'd expect for a beer like that. It's very dark. I would say it's almost like black. It's not a stout. It's just a very dark beer. Oh, very nice. So, not sweet at all. It is a fruity beer up front and a nice tart fruitiness. So, think red currants, cranberries. Sort of mixed peel that you get in mince pies at Christmas time. Oh, that's very nice right up front there. Now it does sort of mellow out. Right up front it's tart, but it does mellow out. And at the end, you do get a little bit of that creamy chocolate sweetness. It is quite a creamy beer. It's not quite as astringent as I would have expected. I can taste raspberries in there. All the red fruits, raspberries, strawberries. Like I say, that sort of tart, that tart red currant cranberry flavor. Not overly rich, you know, not astringent, but not rich either. Bang on in between, a really nice balance. That'd be really lovely with some very rich Christmas time food, you know, maybe especially like a steak and ale pie or something like that, or even a piece of, you know, shortbreads. I'm not a big fan of the fruitcake, but if you are a fan of the fruitcake, you probably want some of this to go with it. So there you have it, Christmas Crow from Keppels, local Essex brewery. I got this at a local specialty beer shop, so Keppels isn't big enough to be in my local supermarket, but I will definitely be on the lookout for this beer next Christmas, so in 6 months' time. A little Christmas treat for myself. And I would just like to remind you that if you like these videos, and if you like this video in particular, please give it a thumbs up, so give it a like down there. Leave me a comment about what your favorite Christmas beer is, and if it's like a specialty beer that's local to you. I'd really be interested. Maybe I'll see if I can like get some and do a review for them. And if you like this channel, please subscribe to the channel. I try to put out a new beer review every couple of weeks. I'm trying to get it to 1 per week, but time permitting. And until next time, you're in the sheds. I'm Even Star. But this has been the Beer and Review. Merry Christmas!